Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what personal challenge have you turned into strength. I cannot wait to get into this reading and learn more about you and see how you've turned personal challenges into strength and what kind of strength did you turn it into. And to do this reading, we are going to you are going to pick between three piles. So we see here pile 1 and pile 2 and pile number 3. Let's see what we have. So for pile number 1 we have fish. For pile number 2 we have crow. And for pile number 3, we have buffalo. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. For pile number 1, we have the Amazonite, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Sodalite, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 3, we have the white Howlite, and this is what it looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. If you're drawn to more than one pile, or maybe you're drawn to all of the piles, always trust your intuition, because it will guide you to the right readings. You will see your messages, even if one of the piles you're drawn to doesn't resonate in some aspects, but you'll find other aspects that will make so much sense to you and will be speaking directly to you. And so whether you're attracted to 1, 2, or all, let your intuition follow. That is your magic. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, this is the shuffling and the card preparation process. I cannot wait to get right into it. As you can see, on the left are the oracle decks that I will be using for this reading, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using for this reading. If you're interested in any of the decks that I use and you want to know its names, I always leave them down in the description box for you to check out whenever you want. Okay, so now let's start picking our decks. And the intention for this reading is to know what personal challenge have you turned into strength. I set this intention for this deck and for any deck that I use for this reading. Ooh, thanks. 1. I also feel this one. 2. And no, this one actually. This one. For pile number 3. All right. Let's now move on to our next deck. Yeah, that's the right way up, and shuffle with intention. What personal challenge have you turned into strength? What personal challenge have you turned into strength? Let's see, our last oracle deck. I'm so excited about this reading. There's so much to learn from how one can take a personal challenge that was very tricky at some point and turn it into strength. So I cannot wait to get to know more about you. I'm sure you haven't seen that, so I'm going to turn it there. And this reading is going to be, in my opinion, very useful for you. Not only is it a reminder of the hard work that you've put in to yourself, but it is always good to look back and see what we've learned so that we can further develop that and use it for other challenges in order to grow. Remember our strengths. So that's why I really love this reading. Cannot wait to get into it. And now it's time for us to use the tarot decks. I will be taking out 2 cards from each deck for the 3 piles, of course. So, what personal challenge have you turned into strength? Oh, I see this one as well. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, wonderful. Let's use the next deck. And shuffle with intention. What personal strength have you turned into strength? Okay, wonderful. Now on to our next deck. Is this the right way up? Yes. Okay. What personal challenge have you turned into strength? I see 3. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Okay. Now we move on to the next deck. And ask. Oh, I see these popping out. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Okay, so the piles are now ready. Let's now, as usual, put them neatly together. Let's take pile number 1. There we go. Pile number 1 is ready. Let's keep it here with the Amazonite. Pile number 2. Is also ready with the Sodalite. And pile number 3. Is also ready with the white Howlite. There we go. Our 3 piles are now ready. Thank you for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate it. I love your energies. And let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Amazonite as well as the fish. So let's take a look at your cards and see what personal challenge have you turned into strength. So you have Child Eternal. Oh, we saw some sparks here. I hope you saw that. So determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Optimism, I would say, as well as the fish. Let's see, perseverance. Let's check out the rest of your cards first. So this is what your next oracle card looks like. Yes, keep on moving. Just like the fish, you know how it's subsumed in life's current, but it just doesn't stop moving, does it? You know how Nemo says, just keep swimming. So we're seeing you always on the move, always moving forward. Even when life's challenges try to dim your light, just like what happened now. You light it back again. Nothing stops you, pile number 1. There is no challenge that stops, that makes you stop in your way. Oh, okay. Let's turn this the other way around and use the other one, I guess. So yeah, isn't this a great example of your energy here? Nothing dims your beautiful light. Pile number 1. You have Saturn in Gemini with concentration. Isn't this wonderful? Okay. With this specific, card, I say, do you see your light? How high it is now? You always have your eye on the goal. So you have the Hierophant. I love that. I love that. Okay. You have the Three of Cups. The Knight of Swords. I love your energy, pile number 3. My God, isn't that inspirational? The Three of Pentacles. You have the Moon. The Three of Swords. Ooh, I love this. The Six of Swords, riding a whale. Such power. And you have the Three of Cups again. With the Three of Cups showing up twice, you're a real inspiration to others. Others cheer for you. They are wowed by the power that they see in you during very heavy times. Even I felt this power as I was revealing your cards, pile number 3. You have this ability to open up one's heart in a really magnificent way. It's so inspirational how you keep going. All your cards suggest that, with the fish and this horse. You even have a flying horse. You never stop. Now, this obviously wasn't always the case. We do see a star here being trapped by a spider's web, right in conjunction with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords always talks about sometimes being our own victim. victimizing ourselves is what I want to say. Sometimes it is our own thoughts that keep us hostage, that keep us feeling hurt. And by changing the way we think, we really change everything else around us. And I see that there was a turning point here with the Six of Swords, where you have really turned your pains into strength. You've done this little by little by moving away energetically from one type of thought to another. We do see that your new way of thinking is to continue to go through these challenges, to not stop and waste a lot of time feeling bad over it. Yes, of course, to feel it, to cry it out and everything. But most importantly, with the Hierophant here, to learn from it and to keep on going. You don't stop anymore. Your personal power now with the Amazonite as well specifically, which is all about the filtration of air. You clear out this negative aura surrounding you when difficult situations happen. You filter through the difficulties and life's tides and challenges by deciding to continue to learn and to keep swimming and to move forward no matter what happens, because the Three of Pentacles is to work through something. Even when you do not see ahead, even when you cannot see, you're still moving, because when you move, you create energy, and it's the only way you can get out of something. By moving and getting feedback and learning to move into another direction and to see with feedback where you went wrong and where you can go next. And it's become your personal power. It's keeping you healthy, body, mind, and spirit. It helps you, as the card suggests exactly, the ability to see things with fresh eyes. There's always a new beginning. There's no such thing as failure to you, pile number one. Only feedback. Everything is feedback to you. And with this amount of power, you have truly become a great inspiration to others who look up to you. And especially the ones who have seen you at your lowest. They've become your biggest cheerleaders. They're learning so much from your perseverance, from your spirit, from your love of learning and your love of moving forward, your love of holding on to hope, even when you can't see forward, your love of working towards your goals and yourself, your love towards seeing yourself in a better life, your love towards getting out of a difficult tide, your love for yourself in a beautiful, healthy way, of course, your love towards your dreams and aspirations is very much the way a child likes to dream, and that is big. There's no limitation to your dreams and towards what you want. You're your own superhero, just like the child eternal. When there are challenges, you imagine that you can get out of it, that it's possible for you to not just save yourself, but to live in a different world where your dreams come true. And that is the one vision that you have, that you keep swimming and moving towards. And that heals you in so many ways. It heals you mentally, it heals you spiritually, and it heals you physically. And that's probably why the Hierophant was depicted here in some sort of herb shop, where someone is knowledgeable about how to heal something using natural remedies. Your ability to keep moving forward has become your superpower. Pile number 3, so inspirational. And that's why you have the whale here in the 6 of Swords. The ability to keep moving forward despite of very difficult challenges. Pile number 1. Honestly, super inspirational. Yeah, with concentration, I would say you have learned to keep focus, your eyes on the goal. You've shifted your focus from, you see here, someone that is not focused, only focused internally in their own sadness, to wanting empathy, which is fine. But when it's the only thing you're focused on, you lose sight of your goal. So we're seeing with concentration, you have your eyes on the goal, which we've said from the very beginning. Your eyes are now set on the right things. And that is not the past, but rather the future, which is much more important. Who you want to become. Or what life do you want to have? And that is what you look forward to, even if it's not clear. You're going to make it clear by continuing to move until you get what you want. Pile number 1. Let's learn more about what this personal strength has done for you. Pile number 1. What did this specific personal strength do for pile number 1? So you have the 10 of Cups. It's like you're a newborn person who only knows how to be happy. Isn't this sweet? You know how to create your own happiness now. Ace of Swords, clarity of mind and clarity of thought, focusing on what is important. It's crystal clear. Clarity of thought in general. Yeah, that's why you have concentration. Very obvious. It's making you an even more smarter person. Because now your mind is not clogged with so many ideas and emotions pushing it to think in a certain direction or the other. Now you're fully clear to look at things pragmatically, not in an emotional way, not out of fear, not out of anger, not out of despair, but rather for truly what it is. There's so much clarity in your thought now. If you hear any background noise, heads up, this is my dog. I always keep him next to me. So you have the Page of Cups. Oh, what do we see here? I see emotional growth. Do you see how this person is holding an urn and looking straight at us, dead in the eye? And so whenever you're challenged with anything, you are not afraid to accept it and look at that challenge straight into the eye and ask, what are you here to teach me? And what do I need to do? Because I'm moving forward and I'm making it happen. I'm not I'm not clinging to the past, but rather learning from it. I'm setting it free and I'm setting myself free. So what are you here to teach me? Because I will think about this very well on how to tackle it, because the most important thing to me now is my personal happiness. When I'm happy, I radiate happiness and inspiration onto the people around me as well. So inspirational, pile number 1. If I were you, I would totally be proud of myself. So kudos to you, pile number 1. Such a great job. And what type of personal strength is that? that is personal strength. Not being afraid of what happens, or not letting life beat us down, but getting back up and dealing with it and moving forward. Bravo, pile number 1. You are such a superhero to me. I admire you so much. And I'm sure, like we can see from your reading, everyone really admires you for it. Kudos to you, pile number 1. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. It really can help you out in your journey of personal growth. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, pile number 1, you will find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 1, such an honor meeting you. I feel like I want to shake your hands. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Sodalite as well as the beloved crow. Now, if you read, or not if you read, when we get into spirituality and we read about it, the more we delve into it, the more we tend to just love and appreciate the crow. And it's been long a symbol of magic. And so the crow personality is drawn to the supernatural, has a gift for, seeing the unseen or knowing the unknown. And the Sodalite, by the way, is very much connected to that as well, because the Sodalite is both rational thinking and as well as intuitive thinking, consulting your brain and your intuition about something and reaching a very sound conclusion. So with all of that, let's take a look at the rest of your cards so that we see what personal challenge have you turned into strength. Oh my goodness, pile number 2, your cards. You have King, and that shows us enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. We see so much strength and poise in you, pile number 2. This is what your oracle card looks like, and you already have 11. Okay? A master number. What do we have here? We have Venus in Libra with indecision. You kind of see on one side light and darkness, maybe. Happiness and sadness, maybe. We'll see. Maybe you can see what's going on behind the scenes. Let's see. You have the 9 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot. What a peaceful, beautiful chariot, right? You have the Page of Cups. No, you have the Knight of Cups. The salmon here. Ooh, you have the 6 of Wands. I suddenly heard shine bright like a diamond. You have the Page of Pentacles. the Two of Pentacles. And, ooh, ending your reading is the Nine of Cups. Ooh, definitely a magical reading here. We see here the Nine of Wands. Looks like someone who's standing strong in a warlike situation, feeling afraid, but is still standing there strong. And that's really the definition of courage, because courage is facing your fears despite the fact that you are, as a human being, worried or afraid. It's not the lack of fear. And it's a muscle. The more you face your fears, the less you are overly worried about them. So what am I seeing here? I see that the way you stood strong in front of adversity and fears and life's challenges, the more this process has connected you to a special connection that you have with magic. And the reason I say that, not only because we have the number 11, of course, but do you see there are a lot of challenges down there. We have a crocodile and someone fighting something, some sort of spider or a bomb. It's just really weird. With life's challenges becoming harder and harder every day, we see you ascending into something. With the NA, I see not available, which reminds me of being invisible. This is kind of like an optical illusion. I'm not sure if you can see it. So yeah, there's a lot of magic surrounding you. Really, this really shows me that with all of life's challenges, it has pushed you to totally connect with your magic, which you, just like a crow, the archetype of a crow, which you seem to have a lot of, and by that I mean a lot of psychic abilities, a lot of magic in you. In fact, look at your cards. We have the Two of Pentacles here. It shows someone who is preparing some sort of spell, right? So I'm not saying that you prepare spells, although you could, you might have a lot of knowledge in terms of that. But what I mean to say is, to you, everything is magical. You focus on what you want. You focus on where you want to go. And just like the salmon, you go against the grain and you go get it. With the specific spell casting card, I would say do you see how this figure is looking at the paper in such a magic way? You kind of feel it's going to pierce the paper. What I want to say is there's this inner knowing that, yeah, I can totally do this. You work with things with so much magic to you that it just gets done. You put in the effort, you think about it, don't get me wrong. But the way you focus just magically gets it done, and it gets it done beautifully. We see a metamorphosis process going on here, where whatever you look at, whatever you love, with the Page of Pentacles, you materialize it the way you want it exactly. Same energy here. You get things done magically. And so you've turned life's challenges into a metamorphosis process of tuning in to your own internal magic. You found it. You found something so unique to you. And since then, you're holding on strong to it. Just like the light attributes of the king, you use it not only for yourself, but for others as well. You use that magic for the greater good, but especially for you as well, to reach your inspiration and to reach your goal and to succeed. Your goals and to succeed. These goals help others. And that's why with the Wheel of Fortune, it's depicted specifically as someone who's minding their own business, doing something, and it's people asking them to be the king. And that's why you have the king here, not them going after it. So you're being crowned as a leader for others, because just like a benevolent leader, you're benefiting those in your charge. You're really helping others along with you. You give so much care and honesty into whatever you're doing that it's so magical. It works out beautiful for you, pile number 2. You have turned life's challenges into you being a magical being. You know, that's kind of like the story of superheroes. They go through a difficult situation where there's a metamorphosis process that they go through, and they become a real superhero. We see so much magic in you, pile number 2. Your life's challenges has turned you into a magical being, and by magic, you really are in touch with your magic, pile number 2. I'm sure you're nodding and you know what we're talking about here. You know you have magic. It's very, very obvious in your reading. A strong part of your magic is you being able to manifest and get what you want. There's a certain look in you, this hypnotic, strong, piercing look to you. When you want something, you put all of your energy into it. So strong that you make it happen, that you succeed in creating it. And so life's challenges are no longer that challenging, because you give it this piercing look of focus and determination, and you make it come true. You sit there working silently, and you attract towards you big things in life. How impressive is that, pile number 2? That's why you see the king holding a big coin right there. I see another superpower here, pile number 2. With indecision in Venus in Libra, I feel like the more you heal your shadow, the more you grow, the more you are your magical abilities grow. And so this shows me that there's so much more magical powers for you to tap into the more you're healing, pile number 2. This really intrigues me. I'm gonna pick up your tarot cards and I will ask, what magical powers do you currently have? What magical abilities do you currently have? Pile number 2. You have 2 and 4. This wants to come out as well, so 5. Let's find out, pile number 2. You have... Wow! Strength. Okay. Yeah, looks like you're a very strong person now. The more you're healing, the bolder you're becoming, aren't you? Ace of Swords. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's why you have the Sodalite from the beginning. The Page of Swords. The Two of Swords. So much mental capabilities. And the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, of course, shows dreams and fantasies. And in this specific card, you see someone fishing that. So it's not just wishful thinking. This is someone who knows how to fish their dreams and make it come true, which was very apparent in your reading. Your strong manifestation powers, your ability to get what you want. Now, we see a lot of mental capabilities, especially with the Sodalite as well. A huge part of your capabilities is your ability to see beyond what is visible. Very strong mind, sharp mind, and you use logic as well as strong intuition to understand what's going on. You would be the sort of person who, when others are in doubt, see, this person has their hands on their heart. It's like, I know, I believe. When in doubt, you consult your mind and your intuition, and you just know. You can't explain it to others, because with the Two of Swords, people will have different opinions about this challenging situation, or about the person that you're talking about, or about something that you just feel. But you have an inner knowing. You know. You can't explain it, but you know. And you trust it so much. Pile number 2. You trust it. You're rarely in doubt. And even when you are, it's such a short period of time. Your mental capabilities are growing. And while you started out as a very smart person with a clear mind, we see that the more your psychic abilities are growing, the more your intelligence is growing. It's becoming something that you can greatly rely on. You know how sometimes when we can't see, we have rescue dogs that help us lead the way. And so it's becoming your third eye, isn't it? It's becoming your guide. You can totally follow it, rely on it, on its accuracy to a great extent. And again, the idea of seeing beyond what anyone can see. That's why from the beginning I felt you have this sharp look with inner knowing that is, that is so magical. You're becoming a very strong person. Perhaps this is a result of you constantly healing your shadow, and you becoming a light being, a strong light being, which is shown very strongly in your reading. You're radiating light, pile number 2, and with that, you're radiating strength, a strong character, you're radiating boldness, you're radiating confidence, pride, but in a healthy way, pile number 2. Pile number 2, it was such an honor getting to know you. Your power is so impressive. May you always be blessed with it and keep it and grow it into something more. I see that you use this power for the greater good. So nice to know you and be connected to a sweet soul like you. May you always be blessed, pile number 2. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in your journey, pile number 2. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 2, it was such a pleasure and an honor meeting you and getting to know you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the white Howlite as well as the buffalo. And personally, I love the buffalo personalities, archetypes, because they are both grounded and spiritual beings. And so with the buffalo personality, you see, it just fits this reading perfectly, because with the groundedness, they are not afraid of challenges and hardships or bumps in the road, because they see them as an opportunity for growth and upliftment and learning. And at the same time, you see these beautiful kind eyes. They look with trusting eyes. They trust the road ahead with every turn that it takes them. So such a beautiful character. Let's see together, let's look at your cards and see together, what personal challenge have you turned into strength? Pile number 3. Wow, you have visionary, beautiful, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. You know, pile number 3, if you were drawn to pile number 2, there is some similarity. This is definitely a confirmation here. It's definitely different, but there is a similarity. This card always reminds me of seeing so much signs and knowing that it pertains to you. We see the spiritual side of you is very strong, but also very grounded, and you move towards your goals, and you're not afraid of challenges. You face them and find the opportunities in them. Such an amazing character. You have the moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Amazing, of course. Let's see the rest of your cards. Pile number 3. You have the Lovers. Oh, I love your personality, pile number 3. You have the King of Swords. Do you see how these instantly come together? The heart and the mind. You have the Death card, and that's a very interesting Death card. We'll get into that in a second. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. The 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Pentacles. All right, this is your cards are clearly showing us the idea that we've seen from the very beginning, that no challenge to you is a block in the road. We see with this Death card the idea of constantly transforming. And so I feel like your reading here is not much about what personal challenge have you turned into strength, but you are literally a person who takes personal challenges and turns them into strength. Let me show you the cards bit by bit, pile number 3. You are the embodiment of the reading that we are doing. This animal is a very interesting animal, because every once in a while they outgrow the shell that they are in. And so they check other shells, a bigger shell, and if it fits them, they would get into their new shell, and so on. They would line up according to the size of their shells. And then in one swift move, they all move to the bigger shell. Isn't this amazing? So there's this constant transition and transformation that is happening in their lives. They've outgrown something, no problem. Move on to a new home. We see this idea of not being challenged, but instantly focusing on what is better, what's ahead, having a vision, trusting that you'll find something better and moving towards it. You're a beautiful soul who has an amazing mind. You are so loving and so smart. You know, with your loving soul and your, I want to say, high intuition, your high intuition, a sensitive, not sensitive in a wrong way. I'm not in a wrong way. I mean, not in the way that it's perceived, how sometimes it could be seen as weakness. Not at all. With sensitive, there's so much empathy to you. There's so much love in you towards the world. There's so much as well intuition to you. And so with this amount of vibration, people may take you for granted in the beginning, thinking that, oh, you'd probably be naive, or maybe you are too loving or too trusting. And then they meet Mr. King of Swords here and they realize that they definitely have misjudged you, miscalculated who you are. With the King of Swords, we see someone who's sharp, very organized in the way they think. They know what to do. They reach smart conclusions. Their actions speak louder than what they say. You make smart moves that make people re-question what they thought about you from the beginning. All this optimism and love is just radiation of a beautiful soul. Along with this beautiful soul comes an amazing mind. And this combo, my dear pile number 3, what a gift to have in life. It's so sweet. It's giving you so much optimism because you have the heart for it and the mind to apply what you want. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, I kind of feel that you are generally a happy-go-lucky person. You trust so much in your capability of changing your fate, of making things work for you. The 10 of Pentacles, 10 is an excess of an element. And with Pentacles, you're so fortunate, pile number 3. You know how to create and make things happen for you. It's especially clarified here in the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Whenever you're not liking a situation, whenever you lack resources, whenever you don't know what to do, the Ace of Swords, you use the strong magical power that you have, and that's the power of your mind and the power of your heart to believe that you can as well, of course. And with that, you build up so much optimism, that's so much energy that helps you think through these challenging situations. You can't find the job that you want, no problem. You're going to get that. You're going to get it. You're just going to work through it. You're going to do your proper research and look at all the different companies that are hiring in the position that you want. You don't give up. You ask. You see what they're seeking for. You change yourself. You do creative things in order for them to find you. You want to start a project. No, you don't have the right resources. You don't have the right tools, and maybe not even the information that you need. No problem. You're going to open up your cupboard of experience, the cupboard of your beautiful mind, and you're going to figure out exactly how you can make it happen with what you have. And it always works out for you. Upon number 3, whatever goal that you have in mind, you make it happen, no matter how crazy this goal could be. You figure it out. Let's say you went to a certain university and it suddenly hits you that you want to become a professor, or that you want to ace everything, or any, I don't want to say crazy goal, but any big goal like that, or that you're in an industry and maybe you're envisioning, you have this belief of laser belief that you are going to lead this industry. See, a visionary who knows what they want, and you have so much optimism and belief to go with that, and suddenly you start being bombarded with signs and synchronicities that show you that you're going to make it happen. And that's why you trust every turn that happens, because even if it goes astray or veers off course a little bit, that it's for your greater good anyways. At the end of the day, looking from an outside perspective, it's going to work for you. You're not afraid. You're letting everything take its course with a strong belief that you are meant to get whatever you want, especially that you've been getting a lot of signs saying that. And you do get it, obviously. You're very fortunate, pile number 3. You're very fortunate, my dear, beautiful heart. You know how to get what you want, and you get it in such a beautiful way. Pile number 3, if I meet you one day, you'll know that I'll just love being your friend. That I'll just bask into this friendship and feel blessed. The people surrounding you must be super lucky with this beautiful energy, this beautiful mind, the beautiful vision and the belief, this beautiful connection that you have with the unseen, with the universe, with your guides. So beautiful. Pile number 3. With the white Howlite, I kind of get the idea that you have such a pure heart. Not one that is naive, like I said, but with all the white here, a pure, beautiful heart. May you always be blessed, pile number 3. This line is really catching my attention. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. That's so beautiful. I feel like you have such a big heart to change something big one day, because it's really not much about you. You genuinely want to help. And so with that, I want to pull out some cards and ask, what will you be doing one day? Pile number 3. What will you be doing with this vision and this heart one day? I really want to know. You have the 7 of Pentacles, talking about strength. Let's see what you're going to do. Wow, you have the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the 4 of Pentacles. Right away, the Knight of Swords is pulling my attention. And I feel like one day you will be advocating for a group of people that are not having it easy. That not just needs someone to speak up for them. It doesn't have to be speak up for them. It could be helping them, empowering them through maybe information, or through defending them, or through actually helping them with something, with a situation. I feel like you'll be using your mind and of course empathy and love to greatly save these people. You're helping with the Four of Pentacles more about keeping to themselves, or people who don't have much of something. They don't have much luck, maybe information, health, respect, something. So you're specifically helping one type or one group of people that you feel are really suffering at something, and it's going to be something that you are really good at. With the Visionary and the King of Swords, you have the help, and that's why you're helping this specific group of people. The Queen of Wands is popularity. I feel like with this heroic help, your name will be known with popularity. It might even go down in history, pile number 3. Because, and the reason I say that is because it looks like a portrait, doesn't it? Of someone who's posing for a picture. Who's posing for a picture. Like a pause in time. So, yeah, I feel like your face will be known, your name will be known. I don't know why the mask is off here. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a message for you. Why is the mask off? Maybe with the mask, it's, yeah, it suits your character. It's not to you. It's not really about your own good, which we saw here, a vision without regard for personal gain. To you, yes, you're known. It's a byproduct of you helping. Your name is in history, but to you, you do it anyways. You do it for the greater good. And I see that these people will blossom. Do you see the difference between them really not being able to take this any longer? They're just tired and drained, to feeling happy, blossoming, and helping something else blossom. So we're seeing the idea of the people you're helping will help the planet in one way, will be very beneficial to the world or to their community. That's what I'm clearly seeing here. So you're helping others that will in turn have an effect, a great effect. Let me think of an example for that. Let's say everyone is attacking witches, or they're attacking the idea that you can alternative healing, for example. That's not happening. I'm just giving an example. Let's say everyone is fighting people who advocate for herbs and natural healing, and calling them trying to be experts, labeling them with ignorant, and just pushing them to the side, bullying them so that they no longer exercise their rights to share the information that they have. Calling them ignorant, saying that they're not doctors to be giving this type of information, yada yada yada. And of course, I'm not against the idea of anyone has to study and learn and be an expert to speak about anything before they do it. That's a disclaimer. I'm just giving an example. So instead of this field dying, I see you using your strength and your ability to speak and think to defend these people in a smart way, where you'll spread the idea the advantages behind using natural products, and how when we educate ourselves with it, and of course talk to experts and learn more about it, and get this information from proper guides, of course, and proper doctors, how this can really help us in a healthy way. So when you help advocate for these types of experts, they in turn will help heal a lot of people in a natural way. So that's just an example that wasn't really thought of deeply, but it's not meant to be applied literally. It's just meant to relay the type of energy I'm seeing in your reading. I'm sure each one listening will know exactly what this is about, since it's clearly portrayed in your cards. And pile number 3. It was such a pleasure getting to know more about you. Your readings just fascinate me. They really do. I cannot believe I get to meet interesting people like you. Honestly, all the best of luck, and like I said, I wish I'd meet you one day. And until then, my dear pile number 3, I wish you luck. I wish you love and success for that beautiful heart of yours and that wonderful mind. And may you always be blessed and successful. So pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. It really can help you out in your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you'd like to check that out, find more information about it, perhaps even read reviews about it, anything of that sort, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure getting to know you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.